I didn't put that camera up because I doubted her. I put it there because I needed the truth to stare back at me without mercy. That morning, she handed me coffee with that same polished smile she saved for dinner parties. Her phone buzzed twice. She angled it away from me. I didn't bother asking who it was. By then, silence was the only language we spoke fluently. When I headed out for work, I never actually went to the office. I parked 3 streets away, opened my laptop, and waited for the live feed from the camera hidden inside the living room clock. At first, it showed nothing, just sunlight slipping through our designer curtains. The quiet hum of betrayal waiting for its cue. Then the doorbell rang and her boss, Mr. Harris, walked in. He was the kind of man who bragged with his watch, his cologne, and the swagger of someone who'd never heard the word no. He didn't hesitate to kiss her. She didn't hesitate to kiss him back. That was when I stopped breathing. Not because I was heartbroken, because everything suddenly made sense. We met 6 years ago. I was the quiet builder, stacking my business brick by brick. She was the spark that turned any room into a stage. She admired my calm focus. I loved how she made life seem bigger than it was. I built her a world that shimmered cars, trips, a penthouse skyline in Harbor City. She gave me a lie wrapped in charm. When her career took off, I celebrated louder than she did. I never questioned why her boss's name surfaced so often, why she dressed up for meetings that ran late, or why she started calling it my money instead of our money. The night she forgot to close her laptop, I saw a message from him. 3 words that burned through me like acid. Can't wait tomorrow. It wasn't the message itself. It was the timing. I wasn't home that night. I didn't confront her. I didn't yell. I didn't accuse. I strategized. I started moving in silence, rerouting the accounts she never bothered to check, building a shadow layer beneath our shared life. I hired an IT analyst friend to install a hidden camera inside the decorative clock she bought. Irony tastes sweeter when paired with betrayal. Then I waited. Days blurred into weeks. Every lie she told made my smile look more believable. I began to grasp the psychology of cheaters. They lie not only to you but to themselves every single day. Eventually the footage stopped shocking me. Their touches, his hand on her waist, their laughter, it all became data, evidence. But on the 5th day, something changed. After he left, she didn't stay in the living room. She walked straight into my study, my refuge. She opened my drawer, pulled out documents, my company's financial files, and then she picked up her phone. She called my business partner, speaking in that soft, sweet voice I once adored. She told him I was planning to move assets offshore illegally. She was framing me. That was when heartbreak died and something colder took over. Revenge isn't fueled by fury. It runs on accuracy. The next month, I dismantled her illusions quietly and systematically. First, I planted a fake trail, transactions suspicious enough to raise questions, but pointing directly at her. Then, I arranged a meeting with her boss, pretending I wanted to discuss a partnership. I recorded everything. He thought he was brilliant, bragging about how his relationship with her gave him leverage over me. I said nothing, just smiled and shook his hand. 2 weeks later, I executed my plan. The confrontation wasn't dramatic. It was clinical. She came home one evening, wine glass in hand, expecting the usual silence. Instead, I played the footage on the TV, every frame, every whisper, every act of betrayal. She froze, and like all seasoned liars, she tried to flip it. You invaded my privacy, she said. I laughed once. You destroyed something you never understood. Before she could reply, I delivered the final strike. Her company had just received an anonymous email containing proof of insider leaks involving her and her boss. The board had already suspended him. The recording of his little leverage confession sealed it. By morning, she'd lost her job, her reputation, and her lawyer's confidence. By evening, I'd filed for divorce. Assets frozen, accounts diverted, her credit trail poisoned by her own schemes. She didn't shed a tear. She just stared like a gambler, realizing the house always wins. I moved out 2 days later, leaving her the penthouse stripped of anything valuable except the clock. The same clock that witnessed her undoing. Sometimes I think about that live feed, about how I sat in my car watching the world I built crumble in real time. But the truth is, that day didn't break me. It forged me. People say revenge is empty. They're wrong.